I've got a fun, new to me product to share with you today. We're going to use some Gina K Poly-Glaze. Poly-Glaze is a specialty product that you can attach toner foil to create a pattern using a laminator. Now this is a really cool pattern. This one's called Catch a Wave, and you'll see why I chose this one in just a minute. But it's a really fine pattern, and I thought it'd be really fun to test this particular one out because it's such a fine pattern. So looking at the product itself, it's hard to see how it's going to attach. There is a slight shine and almost like a little raised area over where the pattern is, but typically when you use toner foil on toner art, it's black, like you can really see it, and looks quite different. So I'm really interested to see how these go. Now I've got some Crafty Critter toner foil here. I like these rolls of toner foil because they are wider and you can actually fit a whole A2 panel, like I've done here, out of one little piece of foil. So there's a lot less waste. So I'm using my ink machine here. This is a game changer when it comes to foiling. It actually gets, seems to get a lot hotter and has more pressure. So since I've changed across to this machine, I've had much better results. I do like to wait for the foil to cool down before removing it. And you may have noticed that when you attach the foil to the Poly-Glaze, it's like when you're doing regular toner foiling, you have the pretty side of the foil facing up on top of the pretty pattern. So you don't put them together. Hot foiling's different. And I don't want to waste the leftover toner foil here, so I actually have a piece of the white toner sheets from Crafty Critter. I'm going to run that through the ink machine the same as I did before. I'm on setting 2 here. And the results are okay, but they're not perfect. So we're going to change it up shortly. I did use a carrier sheet, but with these white toner sheets, you've really got to let it cool down before you remove the release paper and pull that paper away really quick. You might be able to see there are some specks on that, so I'm not particularly happy. So I've turned up the heat. Now we're on setting 3 on the Mink, and that's one of the best things is you can adjust the Mink machine. If you have a regular laminator, then turn it on for at least a half an hour before you're going to use it. Make sure it's nice and hot, and you might find that you'll get better results. So next time I decided to use some blue foil here, and how pretty is that? I ran it through with the white toner sheet again, and the result here, much better on setting 3. And I also want to create some metallic cardstock here, so I'm making my own using the toner sheets and some foil and then running it through my ink machine just like you normally would. Wait for it to cool down and then remove the release paper very quickly because this is that white toner again. Now all 4 panels together now with the rainforest color, and then the next one with the Poly-Glaze and the sea foam, and then the reverse image with the white toner sheet and the sea foam. Also pretty. My husband is a mad keen fisherman, and when I saw Michelle make cards using this gorgeous die set from Honeybee, I knew I just had to make some myself. I managed to score some of these dies here in Australia, and I've been having a lot of fun with them. Of course, they had to be nice and bright because they're lures and we want to lure those fish in. I just die cut a stack of different colours from, these are mostly Concord and 9th cardstocks, but I also cut some of the pieces from my own metallic cardstock that I created with the foils. So as you can see, there are lots of options. The biggest fish, or lure, I should say, I actually adapted that a little bit by cutting it down the center and making it 2-tone. But if you're not sure of the layers, I found them on the actual website at Honeybee. They don't come in the packaging, but they were very easy to follow. They were a little bit finicky. That's why I used the liquid glue. I find that'll hold a lot stronger than any of the other glues when you've got such a small area that's connecting like the hooks. And speaking of hooks, I decided to do a hooked sentiment. That's a skinny alpha, and the great thing about alphabet dies or stamps is that you can create your own sentiments, and I thought that'd be a fun one to give my hubby for his birthday. And of course, all the supplies are out. So I decided to make a second card to share with you and use one of the other panels. This time, one of the solid coloured foiled panels. I did cut it down around the edge of where the Poly-Glaze pattern was. I just thought that would look nice having a border on the card. I made some more lures, but this time I just kept the colours to very similar colours on all of the 3 lures, and I added some silver hooks and little lure links and used another Ellen Hutson sentiment, kick back and relax. I thought that worked really well here. And I did pop these up, so I don't know how they'll go in the post. This might have to be a hand-delivered card. And I do love the way that foil can add something special to a design, and it doesn't have to be difficult to do. Toner foil is really easy to use. Just make sure you don't have any dust or cat fur or hair lying around. And my finished cards now. This is the reverse image done on the white toner sheet, and the first card that I made here using the Poly-Glaze Catch a Wave. How pretty is that? It's a little bit more clean and simple, but I really like the way that I could incorporate the sentiment into the design. Let me know in the comments below which card's your favourite today, and if you've tried the Poly-Glaze and what your thoughts are on it. I look forward to seeing you in my next 2 videos, which I have linked here. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.